So I gave you a puzzle a few days ago, and a lot of people struggled to work out the answer. And the puzzle was that there are 10 men in a room, one of them is called Colin, and you can only ask 3 questions, and you can ask any of the men in the room, and if they know the answer to it, they will give you a yes or no answer. How can you definitively work out who Colin is? Now, I have got a solution to the puzzle, but someone did comment a different way of doing it, which I've got to admit is a better way of working it out. So the trick to working out the puzzle is that as well as a yes or no answer, if they don't or they can't answer the question, that's also a third answer. So my solution to the problem is that you've got 10 men in a room, you send 3 people out of the room, and you point at 1, and then you go back in the room, and you point at 4 more people. And you say to someone, have I pointed at Colin? If they say yes, you know that Colin is one of the 4 people in the room that you pointed to, and with your last 2 questions you can work out who he is. If they say no, you know Colin's one of the 3 people you didn't point at in the room. And if they don't or they can't answer the question, you know Colin is one of the 3 people outside of the room. And with your last 2 questions you can work out who he is. Now if you think taking people out of the room is slightly cheating, someone commented a different way of doing it. And that is, if you line all 10 men up and you say to number 5, if you're not Colin, is Colin to your left? If he doesn't say anything, that means he's Colin. If he says no, you're left with 4 people, and with your last 2 questions you can work out who he is. And if he says yes, you're left with 5 people, because you can discount number 5 because he answered the question. And if you're left with 5 people, you can ask the same question to the person in the middle. If you're not Colin, is Colin to your left? If they don't answer, that means they're Colin. If they say yes, you're left with 2 people. And if they say no, you're left with 2 people. And with your last question, you can work out who he is. So that's the answer to the Colin Conundrum.